Welcome to Acoustic Corner, interviews with Acoustic Blend Cafe. My guest today is one of Hamilton's hidden gems. He's toured across the country both as a feature performer and as part of a supportive ensemble. His quirky wit and sarcastic sense of humor are part of the charm in his performances, only to be slightly kept in check by his down-to-earth, humble, and caring sense of being. Together with his wife and son, he calls Hamilton home. Today, I welcome Shawn Trotter to Acoustic Corner. Welcome, Shawn.
Hey, thank you, Jason. Good to be here.
So I thought it would be good to start with a little bit of background about you. Mm-hmm. And maybe you can tell us when you started to play guitar.
Ooh, yeah. Well, that was in grade 9. It's funny, before I played guitar, I played drums, as lots of kids do. But I had some friends who had a band, and they had a gig at a United Church like this one for a coffee hour, and their guitar player, of course we were all teenagers, he neglected to tell his parents that he was playing this gig, and they had a big trip planned. So this was on the Friday, the gig was on Saturday, and they showed me how to play guitar, and we played some Beatles tunes. I think we played maybe for a half hour, and that was kind of my introduction into playing guitar. Just on the spot.
Wow.
Yeah. And I remember I had my little cheat sheets, and they were kind of up on the piano, up right behind, piano beside me. I was kind of glancing like this, looking at my chord shapes and things, and my cheat sheet. And that was it. And I thought that was really cool. I liked that, and I borrowed a guitar, and that's how I started. Yeah.
And you now play mandolin.
Yes.
When did that start?
Well, yes, it's kind of like guitar. So that's kind of how we start on these things. So I play. I do a lot of pit band work. So I play for musicals, and I really quite like those kinds of gigs. And I got a call from a friend to play Fiddler on the Roof, and this was in Kitchener, and it was a professional production. So I pounced at the opportunity to fill in for a couple of days. And I'm talking to the music director, the conductor, on the phone, and he's like, "Well, yeah, we'll see you in a couple of days. You and your guitar and your mandolin." And I went, "Oh, wait a second. You just said mandolin, right?" And he goes, "Well, yeah, this is Fiddler on the Roof. Didn't your buddy tell you?" And I'm like, "No, but that's cool." And he's like, "It's not a problem, right?" I'm like, "No, it's not a problem. No problem."
You've performed with many very different people. Mm-hmm. Who are some of your favorites that you've performed with?
Well, I think just for mischief's sake, there's a country band I played with. Now that seems like, because I've played with lots of great people, but it was this like little nothing country band that I played with kind of after I graduated from Mohawk, and it was just it's kind of my introduction into the being on the road lifestyle, and it was just goofy and silly, and and it was some good friends that were in the band. I don't even really remember the name of the band itself. It just left this impression on me, and like yeah, this is a lot of fun.
Now, because you play guitar, mandolin, and you are quite skilled at both, I'm guessing you have had influences. People you've listened to, people you've looked up to.
Yeah.
Who might some of those influences be?
Well, I mean, if we look at the early influences, so when I was a teenager, like I was really into the Beatles, my mom's records, and that kind of stuff. But then I discovered Jimi Hendrix, and then Van Halen, and it wasn't so much. It was the energy of the whole thing, like it's not that I wanted to be a Van Halen clone, but I wanted that indescribable energy. So, how would you describe fingerstyle guitar playing to people not familiar with the style? Yeah, good question. So the idea behind fingerstyle guitar is to play your more than one thing at a time. It's to play your melody of your tune, and incidentally, fingerstyle is mostly instrumental, by the way, for the most part. So you're playing your melody, you're playing your chords, you're playing your bass line, and depending on which style of fingerstyle you're doing, you're also doing percussive stuff like hits and pops to the guitar as well. So 3, if not 4 different things, and I don't know, maybe you like to dance and sing at the same time.
Now, aside from performing, you also teach guitar and mandolin.
Yes.
And you are a music director at Erskine Presbyterian Church.
Mm-hmm.
If some of the viewers were interested in lessons with you, where can they find you? Where do the lessons happen?
Oh, okay. Well, I have an office at Erskine, which is over at Pearl Street. So not far from here. So we're in the Lock Street area, so you still go get your Starbucks and come to your guitar lesson, which is a good thing, especially for me. But yeah, they can contact me at, they can get me just at shawntrotter@gmail.com, or you can call the church, Erskine Presbyterian. I don't know the number offhand, you'd have to look that up. I think it's erskine.ca, I think is our website. So
right. And you also do workshops for mandolin?
I do. I've actually started a business called Learn Mandolin Today, learnmandolintoday.com.
There you go.
And that's going to be the next, probably about a year before I launch the beta version of it. It's an online step-by-step mandolin course that folks can take.
Well, I want to thank you, Shawn, for coming out to doing this.
Fun. Yeah.
This is Jason Hales, Acoustic Corner for Acoustic Blend Cafe.